Do you want to know what's going on in the Florida real estate market? More specifically, the Naples area real estate market? Well, in this video, we are bringing you market stats, timeframes, and values of everything happening right here in Southwest Florida. Stay tuned. What's up, everybody? I'm Rob Wozner, a local realtor here in beautiful Southwest Florida. If this is your first time on my channel and you want to know everything about eating, sleeping, working, playing, and especially the real estate market, this is the channel you need to subscribe to. So take a minute, hit the subscribe button, and tap the bell so you're notified every time we drop a new video. Signs show Naples housing market is regaining balance. Overall inventory in Naples during April increased 16.5% to 1,688 properties, from 1,432 properties in April of 21, fueled by a swell of new single-family home listings, up 5.7% over last year. After reviewing the data, we are confident the Naples area housing market has reached a crossroad and is making its turn toward a balanced and healthy market. It's been nearly 30 months since we've seen this many single-family homes enter the market in a month. Many local experts that I have spoken to say the shift indicates the Naples area housing market is redefining itself. Another major factor that signified the market was self-correcting to a new normal in April was that there were 549 price reductions, 33% of the inventory during the month. What we are seeing today is that more sellers are finally setting realistic list prices from the start, and more buyers are less willing to settle for homes that don't meet their exact needs and desires. The report also showed that we now have 1.5 months of inventory, the highest level of inventory since March of 2021. Our new pending sales statistics, which is simply a count of how many homes went under contract each month, is typically a good leading indicator of closed sales a month or two down the road. This statistic has been showing double-digit year-over-year percentage declines since February. So it's not just the theory that rising rates dampen housing demand that has led us to expect lower levels of closings this spring. It has been present in the numbers as well. You have to keep in mind that new pending sales are not a perfect forecaster of future closed sales. Signed contracts don't always guarantee a successful closed sale, but they are one of the better ones, and with mortgage rates now consistently above 5%, it's not surprising that new pending sales of single-family homes were down almost 14% in April. So we might expect closings to be weak on a year-over-year basis over the next month or two as well. Demand for the Naples lifestyle remains strong. Days on market for April was just 16 days, considerably less than the historic 90-day moving average. As inventory begins to rise, days on market may increase, and list prices in some neighborhoods may actually shift down slightly. But broker analytics agree that we should not expect home prices to drop to anywhere near pre-pandemic levels. It used to be that a $300,000 price point you could find a lot of different properties. There's virtually no data in the MLS for home sales below $300,000 in the Naples area. The $300,000 and below market was once the biggest category of closed sales in Naples. But rapid sales during the last 18 months severely depleted inventory at this price category. As such, there were only 96 properties below $300,000 in all of April's inventory. It should come as no surprise that the overall median close price in April increased 39.2% to $599,000 from $440,000 in April of 21. The uptick reflects the low number of sales in the $300,000 and below category. Median close prices continue to rise in the single-family home market, up 8.7% from March. But median close prices during April in the condominium market actually decreased 1.1% from March. So how does the Naples area compare to the rest of the state of Florida? Well, the median close price for existing single-family homes finally eclipsed the $400,000 mark in April. It came in at $410,000, which is almost 22% higher than it was a year ago. While that's bad news for prospective buyers, once again, we need to remind ourselves that many home sales that were closed in April actually had their prices determined when they went under contract a month or two earlier, just as rates were starting to take off. In the long run, price growth should start to moderate in response to these higher rates. So, this is an important statistic to keep your eye on over the next few months, as an increasing share of sellers will inevitably have to start adjusting their expectations to a degree. Even though inventory rose 39.5% in the single-family home market during April, pent-up demand for these property types did not temper the median close price. So when inventory rises, buyers obviously have more options. If inventory continues to rise, it should create a more balance during negotiations between buyers and sellers. And what was going on in February and March when so many of the April closings were starting to go under contract? The answer, of course, is the rapid rise in mortgage rates. At the beginning of every week, Freddie Mac surveys mortgage lenders across the U.S. and reports the average national rate for the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage on Thursdays. For most weeks in 2021, they reported an average rate between 2.8% and 3.2%. These consistently low rates were essentially rocket fuel for the housing market and led to one of the best years for home sales in all of time. But mortgage rates started rising in earnest in 2022. At the beginning of February, Freddie reported an average rate of about 3.6%, a little higher than the 3.2% rate it reported at the beginning of January. But at the beginning of March, the average rate had reached 3.8%, and by April, it was up almost a full percentage point further to 4.7%. It was a huge increase during March, in particular, that really had a significant impact on April. Rising mortgage rates are likely reducing the number of buyers who can get pre-qualified for a home purchase right here in Southwest Florida, but it did not negatively impact buyer interest during April. In fact, there were over more than 200 more showing appointments during the month than reported in March. And as we all know, 66.7% of closed sales in April were still cash. Although we are seeing fewer sales relative to last year, the number of existing homes being listed for resale this year has remained relatively consistent in 2022 compared to recent years. There were more new listings of single-family homes in April than in April of 2018, 19, or 20, and they were only down about 2% compared to April of 2021. Year-to-date, new listings were down only 0.5% compared to a year ago. This has allowed inventory levels to finally start creeping up just a little bit. As of April, the statewide inventory of existing single-family homes for sale was actually up close to 7% year over year. That increase in inventory is a big deal since it represents the first year-over-year increase in Florida's single-family inventory since June of 2019. Now, granted, we still have over 60% fewer single-family listings than we did this time 2 years ago, but we'll take any victory on inventory that we can take at this point. It's still a long road back to a balanced market. All right, so many of the factors that are impacting the Florida's housing market right now are macroeconomic factors. In other words, phenomena that are broadly impacting the entire housing market nationally, not just here in Florida. Rising interest rates, high inflation are obviously just two prime examples. But on a state-specific basis, Florida currently has some great things going for it that continue to make our state very attractive destination for new residents, investors, and second-time home buyers. Our lack of income tax, access to beautiful beaches, and warm sunny weather have always been a great asset, but they become even more attractive in today's work-from-home anywhere environment. Moreover, Florida's economy has seen one of the strongest recoveries in any state over the past 2 years. But just as all states are different, so are all the markets within the state. So it's really important that you analyze your local market statistics and continue watching my videos if you are interested in the Southwest Florida real estate market. So thank you once again for watching my real estate market update report for right here in Southwest Florida and Florida in general. And remember, if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate here in Southwest Florida, you have to take the first step. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, however you want to get in touch with me. I have the systems and processes dialed down to make this transaction as smooth and easy as possible. I have your back when buying or selling property right here in Southwest Florida. And I get calls from people from across the country and around the world all the time looking to move here, and I absolutely love it. So if you've been thinking about making a move here, make sure you reach out to me today. And I look forward to seeing you on my next video.